everybody. This is Stabby Time Podcast. I am the host. I said pause. Liz0mbie, Liz0mbie. I have been part of the podcast world for a while. I'm slowly getting into the indie horror world because I have nothing else better to do but like 10 million things with my life. So I was like, I'm bored for 2 minutes, so let's get into this. But I'm gonna have everyone introduce themselves, starting actually with Stephen, and then we'll do Ashland.
What's the order?
You know what? We're slowly grooving here, all right? And then, so since we don't have TVs, you guys can watch their previews off of this giant 13-inch screen. So I hope you all brought your glasses.
Is there volume for it too?
Valium? It's been stressed lately, so.
I could use a Valium.
Yeah, right. Volume.
I kind of love that this is actually where most of our films are kind of watched.
Yeah, right. We're giving you guys the full experience.
Yeah, this is much bigger, so.
So does anybody submit to film festivals? Because sometimes this is happening.
Yeah.
This is a projector.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Stephen Tramontana. I'm with Angry Mule Films. We did Killer Pinata and a sequel, Ride of the Killer Pinata, and a whole host of short movies, some Dollar Babies, like Very Tight Place. So yeah, that's me.
Oh wait, let me get your. We have your. Hey, some things are fancy
so
here.
we're pausing to show the trailer.
Yeah. I don't know how long the pause is, but you know.
Oh,
Alright, what do I need to know?
they're freakishly strong. They can crawl inside a human being and operate them like a puppet.
But they can't open a door.
Why is that?
Their little hooves can't, get around the knob.
And they're perverts.
I don't hate it.
I need you to find Pinata.
We could track the devil into the furthest reaches of hell.
Let's remind this cockroach why we retired him in the first place.
What is happening?
You are beautiful, and your boyfriend is a bag of shit.
You deserve better, and you can get it. You wanna go? Let's go.
All right, now, Mr. Ashland.
Hey everybody. Good job. So yeah, I am Ashland Thomas from Good Candy Films. So I'm easy to find on Instagram with Good Candy Films. This is a teaser. This is actually thought it was going to be fancy on a screen.
It is fancy.
But
We're getting the full experience of indie.
This is an exclusive Fan Expo view of the first teaser for my new film, Sin. This is, just so you know, early footage. It hasn't been graded. I just wanted the teaser together. So this isn't the final output quality of the film. But I hope you'll watch it. Find me on Instagram. And just so you know, next weekend I'm hosting the Super Short Sweet Show, which is a short film fest here in Chicago. Not all horror related, but I'd love it if you come on out. And hopefully I'll do another one and maybe you'll submit a film. But
All right. Now we're just gonna look at Ashland's face for 10 seconds. No, okay.
God, hell of a way to start this reel, man.
Yeah, right.
maybe I should just put it on the teaser.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to your mind? Should old acquaintance be forgotten and never brought? let's get this party started.
So, don't
Next
know.
week. That's all.
Next week, let's go. That's a hell no. I don't know. My goal is to have it completely wrapped and finished, well, post-production finished by Halloween time this year. But because of the way the festival circuits work, I won't be submitting to festivals till next year because, number one, you should never really submit to late deadlines because they're just grabbing your money at that point, and it costs a lot of money. I don't know the exact one, but if you do follow, it sounds like I'm pledging to Instagram here. If you do follow me though, I would love it if you could follow along when we're releasing it or when I put footage online or but only. And by the way, I want to point out that Gabby's here in the room. She is. I'll tell you who she is. Yeah. The original story for Sin and the original script are from Gabby.
Oh, hey.
And this is also her first time seeing it because I wanted to kind of surprise her and not let her see it until now.
Very fancy.
Right?
It's the biggest 13 inches you'll ever see. I thought it was screen.
Wow.
I got you beat.
Yeah.
I believe this is your first film that you've written that's been this close to finished, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
We've got some other stuff in the works. In the works.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. We got a lot of people to follow. All right, troublemaker, you're next.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Which trailer is this, by the way?
Volatile.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah. Is it volatile or?
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out which one it is.
I've made so many movies.
Again, I'm Sean Slimak, writer-director, just like these fellas here. I've been filmmaking since March of last year, and at the end of this month, I'll be at 5 short films that I've done since March. And a good chunk of them are horror. So I'm a big fan of horror. I love the community of horror especially. Even when it comes to like certain film festivals or whatever, just the community is always really great. And it's really interesting just to kind of see what else is out there and networking with those people. So, you know, I've been a really big fan of that. So, and that's why I've been doing some horror stuff lately too.
All right. You're like, you know what? I need to hang out with a bunch of messed up people so I feel normal. I got this.
And Volatile is showing in full at Super Short Sweet Show.
Yes, and I will be there next week too.
July 16th, 1945. The first nuclear bomb test. Over 100 years later, and we loaded it into a gun and shot ourselves with it. We're isolated. Nuclear winters are rampant. Humanity is sparse. The few we meet want us dead. But there's something out there. Something sinister. I think it found us.
He doesn't have any lines.
Oh, look, someone gave someone credit for a background character. Thank you.
Oh,
See, this is the second time they forgot about me.
I was the first one to forget about me.
By the way, you hold the gun very well. By the way, Liz is the mysterious figure in Sin. I'm so sorry.
Thanks, everyone.
But also, the voice you heard in the trailer is the main actress, the main character. Her name's Elena Wiss. She's a voice actress for the most part, but she does, some in-person acting, especially on my projects. We're working on our 3rd project this month, but she's wonderful. If you ever have a chance to look her up, please do. She does voice acting and stuff like Zenless Zone 0. There's a mod for Starfield that she did. I don't think it's like a Bethesda mod, but it's a pretty popular mod in the community. But yeah, definitely she is wonderful. I recommend everybody look her up. And at the end of this, I got business cards, so if you want to check out my stuff.
Which is actually funny.
I do too in the hotel.
Go up to his hotel.
Yeah, follow Ash to his hotel.
You want to be in a movie?
Yeah, we're really to give you the full experience of indie movie making.
Oh my god.
No, that is not how we do things. That is not how we do things.
Someone's like, no, they're serious. This is
how it works.
a serious thing.
By the way, not all these trailers are online necessarily, so if you do want to watch them again a little closer after this, let us know. We'll show them in the hallway or whatever.
Yeah, no.
In my room.
Literally give you we're just gonna all bend over like, hey guys, look at it. Let me get it.
Is Bride available to watch?
Yeah, so Bride's on Tubi and Amazon and Fossum and a couple of different.
I think I watched that one or the other one I watched on Fossum.
Yeah.
Where Fossum is so cool because you can watch it without like making an account.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's like Tubi but freer somehow.
Free.
Yeah.
So here's the important thing. I think I know the answers, but I want to. Which one of those platforms is going to give you the most payout if they go watch it?
So yeah, Tubi is our bread and butter.
So everyone go to Tubi.
Yeah, we're going to Tubi. You know,
I'll go to Tubi too. I'm sorry for checking out.
Thanks for going with Fossum.
Yeah, I'll go to Tubi.
And it's great. So and I'll just do a quick plug on this. So there's a great site called Film Hub, and Film Hub is the aggregator site, and they're awesome because you can upload. They walk you through it. You upload your film. You put all the art on there. And then their team is responsible for getting your film onto all these different platforms, and you get almost daily updates. You can see what revenue is coming in from what source. They also tell you when your film was pulled from but like overall, But it's great because the truth is that a lot of the distributors at this level are just rip-off artists. If you sign your film over, you will never see a cent. So keep it with you. Sign up for a Film Hub account and make sure all the revenue is accounted for your film too.
I will say one caveat to that though, and I know you probably have a program in mind, and I'm sorry.
That's fine, I knew you guys were gonna do this.
I do have one caveat to that. If you are...
Liz, we're done with you. Anyways.
Can you scoot off screen?
Yeah, I feel like I was in the movie again. They're like,
if you are making horror content, I will tell you that currently, Shudder has a good payout method if they pick up your film and show it.
Say that I do a podcast soon. I've talked to Brandon Christensen, who's a horror filmmaker. He's got, I think, 4 films on Shudder, and he told me a story about when he was making Night of the Reaper, which is one of his more recent ones, that he was trying to get the song Don't Fear the Reaper as a part of it. And they were thinking it was maybe going to be like 30 grand, I think, so they allotted the budget for that. And it turned out it was like 70 grand or something, but Shudder covered like the rest of the cost. Shudder was like, oh, okay, yeah, we got you on this. So Shudder seems to be really awesome, but also don't expect your first film to go on to Shudder. But if you do get there, it's going to be great.
And they'll pay for your music.
Yeah. But they just seem very conscientious of the artists themselves, and I always respect that. Even if it'll be very hard to get on it, at least know that that's a streamer that you don't have to feel guilty to subscribe to, because the way that they treat their artists. So
yeah, I think that no matter how big you assume like a company is, I would always reach out, because you never know. You know what I mean? It takes that one experience to move your project forward and get those connects. So just go out there and bother everyone. Fangoria, literally anyone.
Let them decide if they want your film or not. Don't decide for them. That's what I always, and say the same thing about all kinds of topics related to that, right? But I mean, let them tell you it's what they want or what they don't want.
So, Stephen, since you are familiar with Film Hub, I'm just totally playing the interviewer here. I just had a question. So,
it's the easiest
do you have a perspective about, because you said using Film Hub, and I have a Film Hub account. I haven't uploaded anything yet, but what are the possibilities with shorts on there? I hear you can put shorts, but what exactly can we expect to find from them?
So what their agents do is it is per project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like we're shooting a documentary about the Dollar Baby program in October. And yeah, and it's going to be 4-part, and so we're going to upload those to Film Hub, and they know there's a category, so they know to take that out and say, hey, we've got a 4-part limited, who's interested? And they will do exclusive, right? So if Shudder or if whoever, fill in the blank, comes in and they say, yeah, actually we'll take the exclusive on that, then you're in good shape. But yeah, I've had friends that do nothing but short films on Film Hub, and they get their money, and it's great. It's really tough to monetize a short film. So
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
you know,
ROI is almost non-existent.
well,
It's great to get your name out
Yeah.
and what you can do.
Yeah.
But don't make it. It's very rare. Short films can monetize, but it's rare.
I was gonna say, I like the theory of just spread your stuff everywhere. No matter. This is the movie industry, folks. But like,
I need to go home.
shut up. But yeah, like literally oversaturate the field of the interwebs. You know what I mean? No bad site is a bad site. You know what I mean? Like
Liz, you scared someone away.
I did. She was like, I'm out of here. Screw
Oh,
that.
no.
What do I have to do to be in this industry? Done.
All right, take it over, Liz.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
bring
you
us
so
back on
much.
track.
You guys were
So you gotta go
giving
to
me
that.
shit about my time, but please take over. No, I predicted that half this I won't even get to, but they're getting an education.
yeah.
Now you take my photo. So the moment you decided, like, to make a horror movie specific, indie horror movie, like what in your daily life you were like, you know what? Now it's time to bite the bullet. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good.
I like how you guys were quiet. Thank you.
Well, hey,
Now we don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
it's your show.
Done.
Honestly, for me, I've been in the entertainment business for over 40 years. I started when I was 3 as an actor, and I still act, but I don't do it
As
full time
nobody.
anymore. Yeah. And even as a teen, I was making these horrible camcorder movies and stabbing all my friends, and I was really studying Tom Savini, and I had all his books, and so I was always making, junk movies that didn't matter, but I was mainly acting at that time. I've done lots of stuff over the years with a lot of indie film work, with crew and all kinds of things, but prior to the digital age, you rarely ever saw your output. You rarely ever got to see the work and sweat you put into something, no matter how big it was, how much work you put into it. So I don't have a lot to show for it, right?
Yeah.
Even the acting stuff, I only have a handful of things that I can be like, yeah, I did it.
I
But-
feel that.
Yeah, so the digital age does make that easier. Still, sometimes you have to fight for your footage, but so anyway, the end of 24, I actually got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and I got through that, the surgery. Thank you. And it just kind of changed my outlook on everything. Which I shouldn't have done in retrospect. About 2 months after my cancer surgery, I said, fuck everything. I'm tired of everybody's empty promises. I'm tired of waiting for everybody. Like, what am I doing? What am I gonna leave behind? Why am I not making movies? And I went into production right away on 2 short films. They just kind of fell into place and they were manageable, and I said, I'm gonna do it. I was able to raise like $1,500 online. The film's total budgets were probably right under $2,000 at the end of the day. They were not horror related, but I was making films, and one of them I think is doing very well in the festival circuit already. Very excited about it. It's winning some crazy stuff that I'm happy about. The other one, I'll probably show it, and that might be it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll let it go anywhere else. But that's just the way it goes, right? Horror, though, is my love language. I've always been obsessed with horror. My house was a horror house. My mom was also an actor, so it was just kind of freedom to watch horror movies at 3, 4, 5 years old. But I also understood it. I understood, oh, that's an actor. Maybe some people do, maybe some people don't, but I got all that. That was all pretend.
Good, I was getting scared for a minute. You already understood the murder.
Yeah, that took 10 more years.
Yeah, do not go to his hotel room.
But that's my passion, and I happened to run into Gabby on the internet somehow, I don't even remember how.
Honestly, I don't remember either.
I don't either.
It was so memorable.
I had kind of
Discord?
It was Discord, and I think I got on there because I think Jerry Gonzalez might have invited me, and then because of that, it like just blossomed into me talking to everybody.
And it could be, but I've only been on Discord like twice in my life, but it's so possible. Like,
So
I really
get on
can't-
Discord,
I really don't remember.
It's not always for gamers.
I know it's a great thing. I'm so internet phobic, even though I'm on there for social media. I'm just like, what's that? How do you watch it? I don't. So I really wanted to make a horror movie, and I got in contact with Gabby somehow, and I had optioned her film Metal Show, which I took her initial story and scene, and I evolved that into a full script and additional characters, and submitted that as a script only in the festivals, which did really well. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a cool script, right? It's just that film's going to take a lot more money. I can't make that film for $5,000 at all. That film's going to take more like $30,000. So it's kind of that thing where I want awareness of it, but I can't go into production unless someone's like, hey, I want to produce your film, right? So in the meantime, I said, hey, she had been putting online, she had another script and kind of the story, and I was like, can I read it? I want to see if I can connect with it. Because my thing is that when I read a script, if I can start producing and directing it in my head with visuals, then I'm probably pretty interested in wanting to go through with the film. Because I can read a script and immediately, like as a director-producer, I can think about the budget for costumes and makeup and time and actors, and can I use this actor for one day? I start breaking it down in my head, not a full breakdown. And that's how I can consider, okay, if I have no money, can I pull this off? And so that's how we went with Sin, right? She had a full script. I did a small rewrite and added some things in because that's just my MO kind of. But it's really, she had a full script and made it the final budget, I think is like $3,800. So the highest budget for a film that I've made. So we are talking, true micro budget here. But I'm really happy with what came together, and I want to make more horror, but not only horror. So I just hope when Sin comes out, you all get a chance to watch it. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but watch it.
Yeah.
It's all movie, right?
I know.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So I done post-production for the Sci-Fi Channel, and just felt like post-production. I like it, but in that world, it was insane. And when I saw kind of to your point about like the digital revolution, now, like we all know, it's so easy to make a movie now. You can cut it on your laptop, you can shoot it on your phone, you can make anything now. And now with the tools, with sound design and stuff, it's great. So when we did Killer Pinata, it was the idea, we wanted to see if you could make an entire feature for $2,000 using all of this technology. And the idea that a pinata would take revenge on humanity, we're like, that's a stupid idea. So if we screw this movie up, people are still with us. If it's bad, then that's not our fault. So we shot that movie in 5 days. It was like 30 setups a day. We were just running and gunning and doing pre-production, production, and post-production. It's nuts. When you look at the logs, you're like, how did we not just die? But that was kind of the goal. It was to experiment with film. And so later, when we did the Dollar Baby, we did A Very Tight Place. We also experimented with that's when iPhones were coming out, and we were trying to see, can you stretch the limits of an iPhone and shoot a whole short on it, and it did pretty well. We were able to get a lot. It's about a man who gets trapped in a porta potty. So it makes sense that we could use iPhones all over the porta potty and not get in front of the actor. So, horror, to your point, is like, it's such a great genre. It's such a fun genre. When you show your movie in the theater and that connects, whether it's scary or funny, I do horror comedies, there's nothing better than that laughter or that screaming. And the community is wonderful, and the community supports. They support indie horror. So I would argue for anybody, if you're gonna do a first movie, do a horror movie, man, because it will find an audience. Every horror movie finds an audience.
Especially now, I feel like with Obsession and Backrooms and all the YouTubers getting out there and streamers getting involved in all of this. Just saying, give a shout out to the streamers. But like, it's now the time to just do it. Like Nike says.
Absolutely.
Just do it.
No, it's alright.
So when I was a kid, I really liked filmmaking. I had an Intel Play Digital Blue. It's like this little crappy camera that you can't even like output anything. You could just look at it in the software. We would make shorts in like middle school to early high school, and then just for like 15 years, nothing. I didn't go to college after high school. I went right into factory work, worked in production for like 9 years, got into EHS. I work at a chemical factory now. But last year, or actually 2 years ago, I watched Past Lives from 2003, great movie. I watched it on an airplane. When we landed, I went home and I was inspired to write a script. So in one sitting, basically, I wrote my first short, Connection at the End of the World, which is a 17-minute oneer of just two people talking. So it's not impressive from my side, but from the performer side, it is absolutely,
Is it a true oneer?
Yeah, it is a true oneer.
So your first movie, you did a true oneer.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I did it, because I love oneers. Diego knows I'm obsessed with those freaking things. My third movie, which is a slasher short, which I have a trailer, but it's not finished. That's a 6-minute oneer that follows a slasher through a house. But when I did Connection, I wanted to make something that was dialogue heavy because I love dialogue, and I think I do a good job of writing it. And I wanted to capture what I love about movies like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, Past Lives. And then after I did that one, in the span of like a month, and Diego could attest to it because I sent him the script to Volatile. I told him my idea, and then like a week later, the script was done. And then we were scheduled to shoot it like a month later or 2 months later. But I was just like, I love horror as a genre, and I think there's so many fun things you can do from a character perspective and from like a world building or lore perspective. Like Volatile, if you couldn't gather from the trailer, it's a ghost essentially that is radioactive, so the only way you could tell when it's near is when the dosimeter starts going off, like, Chernobyl or whatever. But doing cool ideas like that, you really can only find a crowd for it in horror. That's where they're doing or sci-fi, which that's something else that I want to do, and I'm working on is sci-fi, but horror is just such a great community to be a part of and a great sandbox to play in. So if you like oneers, you can do oneers with it. If you like blood and guts, you can do that. If you want a blender scene that is like probably going to be really, really dope, you can do that too. There's just so many awesome options with it.
You just ruined the one thing I said never bring up. But
it
We can
was in the trailer.
noise of the blender, and then
It was in the
you can't
trailer.
tell what it is.
I was talking about the
It's a vibrator, everyone. It's not a blender.
I was talking about the animation software actually. Is that what you're
Yeah, I thought you were talking about
Yeah. Or if you want to do something with a killer pinata, I mean, it's just
you can do two things.
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
Whether you want it to be super serious or absurd, horror is a great vehicle for it. So that's why I love it.
People are willing to suspend disbelief for
Yeah.
sci-fi and horror in a way they're not willing to do it for a drama or even a rom-com or yes, they all have fantastical elements sometimes, and people are like, I'll go with it because it's on the screen and it's Julia Roberts. But they're willing to do it much more so for something like horror or sci-fi or fantasy. And it is a major niche market, but it's not small. People hear the word niche and they think, if there's 3 people out there that want to watch it, that's total BS, right? Does anyone
all
go?
these people that are getting autographs from all these niche markets.
Yeah. Does anyone go to the horror conventions in town? Yeah, well, maybe they don't have to be in town, but in this area, of course, we have Flashback Weekend and Days of the Dead, but you can go anywhere in the U.S. now and there's horror conventions. They're everywhere. If you're interested, I suggest you go and you start meeting people that are in the industry that have their little independent film they're selling for $20 on the table. Freaking buy it, right? Watch the stuff that's not that great, but think about all the people that put their work into this film, right? Those are just simple ways you can really support indie film. These streamers, supporting them, not pirating their shit, but
especially with Tubi and Pop, you can watch it for free.
Yeah.
Filmmakers get paid. And that's a really great point about community. And I do think we have to stress that. So, being friends with other filmmakers only makes your films better. We've lent our studio lights, our equipment to other productions when they need it, because we just want to help. But then, so one of the other Dollar Baby filmmakers I met, he actually knows special effects. He does visual effects. And on Bri, we had a visual effects sequence that we couldn't figure out. I called Paul Inman's his name, and he said, send me the daily, send me the footage, I'll get that figured out for you. And in 2 weeks, I had a finished sequence because of my friend, who's a filmmaker, who did this for me. And so I think this community can really help you out, even if it's just a call. Like, we had people, they did their version of Very Tight Place. They were calling us to see how we worked with the porta potty, right? Like, what lighting do we use, yada, yada, yada. So it's a very good, like, networks can always help you. You're only in competition with yourself. You know?
Yeah, I feel like this industry does have a lot of people that help each other just naturally. Like, you don't have to ask for it. They'll just give you the info and give you the help, which is really, really nice.
The right people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are, of course, going to have the people that want to be in their clique and whatever.
Yeah.
But just do what you can do with who you have.
I will say, there are these filmmakers, Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson. They're phenomenal. There's a couple of my favorite in their group, Rustic Films with David Lawson. It's a great little label they have. They release really great independent sci-fi horror. And their slogan, which I always champion, is make movies with friends. So you could introduce new people, new cast, new crew on your films, but then those are the same people that, for your next project, it's like, hey, you know what, I have a spot for you on this project too. Because when you build that kind of set life, that kind of community on your set, it just makes the whole process so much better, I think, and it does it makes the final product just really great, and to have that positive experience all around. So make movies with friends. Yeah.
Work together, so
Yeah.
you know each other's, vibes.
Yeah.
So, what would a person who is interested in getting into this industry, what would 3 steps be that you think is important for them to take before they even get to making the movie?
Ingest other material. See what people are doing and making. See what you like about what they're doing. See what you don't like about what they're doing. But watch their stuff.
Leave expectations at the door. Don't go into it expecting big things right away. You want to have kind of a modest outlook on it as you enter it. You don't want to go into it thinking you're going to make like the next big thing, right? You very well could, and you should always put the effort in that you will.
Yeah.
But just in terms of just how it's going to be perceived, just always leave those expectations at the door.
I would say, I know we talked about this a little bit on the last panel, but I would say learn where your weaknesses are and lean into them. So if you don't have friends that are good actors, if you don't know good actors, then do not write a short film that has a lot of dialogue. You're not doing yourself any favors. If you have a buddy that knows how to do special effects, then make your short film very practical effects heavy. It's like that stuff you look at and you're like, you got 10 minutes, audiences can be brutal, so just like figure out what you're lacking and then kind of lean into that and be like, okay, then this is how we're gonna do it. You don't have any lights, all right, well, you're shooting a daytime short. Like, that's just all there is to it. So yeah, lean into those as you're figuring out what you're gonna do.
So become MacGyver. Bring lots of duct tape.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Make it work.
All right,
Learn to adapt.
Can you tell us about a scene you enjoyed making and why?
So in Volatile, I guess spoilers, it's in the first 4 minutes, so I don't really care, but there's a sequence where one of the characters gets possessed by the entity, and for the death, the entity kind of folds their limbs and like kind of bends them backwards. But the way that we shot it is she was in a like a hazmat suit, and she had like a mask on. But when we were doing the scenes where it was like bending her limbs backwards, I had her wear it backwards and just like move her arms like this normal, but she was facing the opposite way. So then when she bent over, it was just like, it looked a lot worse than it was, obviously, but I had a lot of fun doing that because as I was watching it as we filmed it, I'm like, oh, this actually does look kind of convincing.
That's cool.
Because like when I was thinking about how to do this, I was like, let's just put it backwards. And then just, so she's not actually doing any like contortionist stuff or whatever.
You actually just break her back.
Yeah.
That's one of my.
That was a lot of fun.
That's one of my favorite kills in Jason Part 6.
Yeah.
Is when he gets bent backwards.
Oh yeah.
He does. Jason bends a lot of people in different directions. That
He does.
No choice.
Freddy vs. Jason when he
folds
the guy up.
Yeah.
Love it.
In the first Killer Pinata, we have a sequence where there's kind of a horny guy, and the pinata is giving him a blowjob, and then bites his penis off, and there's a river of blood coming out of his penis. we were going to try to do it CGI. Why? I don't know. That didn't make any sense. And so we shot it initially with plates and stuff, and then we had this guy who was going to do it. And then when we sent him the footage, he was like, I'm not doing this. He's like, I don't put this on my reel. So then we had to contact a guy that did practical effects, right? So on the day we do it, this actor, God bless him, he puts on this like fake penis underwear, and I'm the puppeteer. And we're doing it, and
because there was no one else.
I guess I'll do it. All right, and just talk about having fun on set. When that blood started going, they had the generator of blood, and it's like, and it's everywhere in that apartment. We're shooting in a practical apartment. That blood went all over the place, and it was a delight.
Yeah, I watched Killer Pinata before meeting you.
Okay.
And then I saw the Killer Pinata at my old job photos. I was like, why is the Killer Pinata at my work event? And someone's like, who the hell is that? I go, no, look at the pinata with the eyebrows. I go, that's in a movie. And then I showed him all the movie, and I was like, I need you on my podcast because that's the most realist looking penis, because every B horror movie has some guy getting his dick in something, and it gets cut off. And usually it's a hot dog or like a jumbo dog just thrown with some blood, and I'm like, hey, that looks real.
I want to say we thought it was really original when we wrote it, and then Wolf Cop, they do that bit in Wolf Cop. They do it a lot. And I was like, well, I guess the torn penis thing isn't as real.
Yeah.
Whenever we get to make Metal Show, if you're into this kind of thing, I have a very interesting penis scene that'll be in there.
Oh, I'll just you know what? Can I see your penis, please?
Gabby, was this your idea, or was this an Ashland edition?
Yeah. I don't look like the one that would be investigating penises, but I will for your movie. Penis inspector for movies.
I've already.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near pre-production, but I've already started thinking how we're gonna pull it off. And
literally.
I talked to a guy who had.
Yeah.
There's at Horror Hounds. I can't think of the name of the movie, so I feel horrible. But he had a short. It was one of the best movie penises I've ever seen. Right? And I mean, it's a horror movie, but it just was. It was really good.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, God, I love your penis. And he's like, yeah, I've been getting that a lot. But so he shared some ideas about what they did, and I'm excited that hopefully we get to make that movie and that scene.
See, community.
Right?
Yeah. They'll help you with any penis you need for your movie.
Yeah. It's going to be a very interesting bloody scene.
Oh,
yeah.
For your film though. What was your favorite scene?
Oh, well, I mean, we're here at Fan Expo. We'll talk about it, right? It already came up. The blender scene. Sorry. No, it's.
I felt it too. I was like looking at Ashland's face, like.
Did you feel me pucker?
I did.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's alright. It was a very hard scene. It took footage on 3 different days. It took a day of inserts and pickups. Even though we had done so much planning, of course, nothing ever goes right. But it was also the pre-production. It was creating the object. Like I took a real blender and my prop.
Do not recommend.
No. My props person attempted it first, and she wasn't getting anywhere with it because she was getting frustrated and it wasn't doing what she wanted it to do. And then she accidentally broke the whole thing. Now we had multiples, but we didn't want to break all of them, right? Because you have to have stages. And we had first attempted to build one out of some type of clear gel acrylic, so we could. It's a blender scene I don't think you've seen any other movie. But we tried all kinds of things. They just weren't working. So she was really upset, and I was like, "Let me come over." Like we live close. I'm like, "Let me come over and just mess with it, right?" Because I had some ideas. I went there, of course, it's in pieces, and I'm like, "Oh man." So I sat there for hours while she worked on other props, and I guided her on what I wanted. And she was building all this crazy stuff, and I sat there for hours and glued the shape I wanted, piece by piece. We tried all kinds of glues, but I told her I want to try this one. Luckily, it was the right one. It worked. But I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to get glass on my fingers. So it's just this whole thing that goes into creating the scene, right? It's not just filming.
And then the actor comes in, and you're like,
right?
Sugar.
Right? So I finally got a shape that I thought was really cool. I'm like, all right, this looks like the after effect. I like this, right? So now, how do I keep it together without it falling apart? And now I have to sand down all the glass so I can shove her face in this blender. So then I had to carefully hand sand everything without putting any pressure on it. The glue, though, once it held, it's amazing. It's still together. I'm gonna have it.
What kind of glue did you use?
If you hit me up, I can tell you because I can't remember the name of it. I think it's ED40 or something, but I can't remember.
Is this something from Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Use the ED40.
It's really cool though, and it was. But you also have to be careful because even though it's pretty clear, because it's glass, it can frost it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep the glue exactly where you want it, and you have to sit there and you have to hold it together like. And then talk for an hour while you're holding these two pieces together so it won't come apart. But it worked. And you saw a little blip of it in the trailer. Maybe you'll have to look at it again in the hallway. But she just, and she had all these prosthetics on and so on, but Maggie went for it.
Mm-hmm.
And she put her whole freaking face in that blender. Of course we had the blade out. But I got shots that I never thought we could get because she just went for it. And because of the prosthetic, she could push her face into the glass and it looked like it was doing what it was supposed to do. And I'm excited.
He likes to gamble.
I'm really excited. I've got a couple cool pictures I will show you if you're interested at home out there. But it's just so cool. Thank you. We got 2 minutes. Liz.
All right.
Now that we've hijacked her.
It's fine. This is learning situations. At least we're not talking about nothing you guys are not going to use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut you guys off and you're giving out useful information.
Yeah.
But that being said, before we end, I mean, we've been answering questions, but does anyone have any questions that you want to ask them before we end this? They're so full of knowledge.
I also just realized that, are your kids here? I'm so sorry. If I'm not pick that story.
When did you learn about the birds and the bees?
I saw a little kid that pop up and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. We should have gave a warning before we started.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It's Fan Expo. It could be the dinosaur from
That's
Dungeon
true.
Crawler Carnival. We don't know. Well, do you guys have any work coming up or anything? Any events? Any showings? You guys want to go and order Ashland down?
Yeah, so I already kind of threw it out there, but super sweet short show is next Saturday. Please go on Eventbrite and buy tickets. You can link to it from my Instagram. Like I said, Good Candy Films. A bunch of short films, some horror, there's some non-horror. There's about 100, there's about an hour and 35 minutes is what I'm trying to say, of short films. I think it's 13 films.
Awesome.
Come support our indie work, please. We need help paying for the venue as well. So if you're local, it's at Facets, which is off Fullerton and in the city. Otherwise, I'm producing a neo-noir film that we're filming at the end of September. You can follow us on Instagram and figure out what's going on there. I'm also on Facebook, but and then I hope to raise money and make that show. So if anybody happens to be a producer and you want to see the script, let me know.
Let's see. We're going to be shooting the Dollar Baby documentary in October, and hopefully that'll be out next year. It'll be a 4-part television series. At KingCon, there's a Stephen King convention in Atlantic City. So the Pet Cemetery people are going to be there, so we're going with the group. I know it's not paying out. Oops. It's not my deal. And then we're taking Bride of Killer Pinata out to local theaters. I'm really excited. We've got about 30 dates booked end of September through October, so that'll be really fun to kind of get that out and around.
A little roadshow?
Yeah, a little roadshow. And then I just finished shooting a comedy pilot, no horror, called The Party Princess. And we'll be taking that out next year to see if we can get the money for the rest of the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm shooting two shorts in the span of 3 days at the end of this month. Next month in September, I'm looking to put together a horror show, a horror showcase. We still have to talk about that, so that'll be good. And then, I'm always down to work on sets. I like to write direct, but I also like to, I could PA and all that fun stuff. I just want to help get shit made. So I have business cards, so before you get out of here, come grab one. Since I guess you guys didn't.
I didn't bring a card.
So get something from somebody.
Right?
You can find. I'll help you find it.
Yeah.
Actually, if you listen to Stabby Time podcast, we're under AFMG podcast. It's a lot of letters, but I do have business cards. I'll hand them out there for you guys.
Yeah.
You'll find all their information, all their websites, so you guys can follow them and track them down. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.